Well, we really target business travelers that are coming from international markets.
In one of Montreal's largest gathering places, the Palais des Congrès, a new cultural project has taken shape, a networking space featuring the 11 Indigenous nations in Quebec. Indigenous Tourism Quebec and the Montreal Convention Centre teamed up to create this space that showcases the heritage of First Nations and the Inuit communities.
We feel that Indigenous tourism is definitely at the core of our culture here in Quebec. So working with the team at Indigenous Tourism Quebec was a great opportunity to collaborate on a space allowing for our business travelers to immerse themselves with the Indigenous culture.
The space unveiled last week is called Autochtone Quebec, and each installation here tells a story.
There are 11 nations, Indigenous nations in Quebec. So with what we did with this space was actually to give a seat to each of the nations. There is a 3D map that represents the 55 communities in these 11 nations.
The space also features other installations like the wampum belt hanging from the ceiling, which symbolizes peace and alliance, along with photographs of traditional dancers. The space is surrounded by carved wooden poles to illustrate traditional Innu houses.
The space, it targets specifically business travelers that come from around the world. So they can, it's a space that allows for events to maybe create a little cocktail area or really to showcase what Indigenous populations are doing in Quebec.
According to Statistics Canada, the Indigenous population in the country grew almost twice as fast as the non-Indigenous population. Currently, there are about 1.8 million Indigenous people in Canada, which is around 5% of the total population. Several events organized by and for Indigenous peoples will be held at Palais des Congrès in coming months, including the Assembly of First Nations of Quebec and Labrador in July.
Being a convention center whose main mission is to have international conventions, we really try and focus on giving those areas to those organizers and those business travelers.
In Montreal, Swidda Rassy, City News.